Hello y'all, so this is another quick video in my attempt to hold up the promise of keeping people in the loop with the things that are going on behind the scenes here at the Freedom Alternative. So first things first, I will be in Warsaw for the Independence Day. Now I'm hoping to meet several very nice people there with whom we already collaborated from the distance, but haven't met in person yet. One of them will likely make an appearance on this channel as well, and hopefully there will be enough time for me to make an appearance on theirs as well. Now, on the Independence March in Warsaw, my intention is to do an honest and extensive report about the activities, as I bet the cathedral media will once again lie extensively about the event. Because that's what the cathedral media does. Now, after I get back from there, I'll attend to an allegedly conservative event here in my hometown, where of course I'll be as press, but also as an observer. I'm not convinced at all by the claims made by the organizers, nor do I particularly like some of the confirmed speakers. Now, with that said, it is a great opportunity to study some of the people who've been quite distant from the public view, and of course a good opportunity to put in practice some of our ideas about practical agitprop. So as usual, everything I recommend other people do, I also do it myself, or attempt to do it myself, and adjust my ideas according to, well, results in reality, which is one of the reasons I'm rarely wrong. Anyway, after that particular event, at the end of this month, I will fly to Bucharest for two reasons. The main reason is to hold an interview with someone you will absolutely like. I'll keep that as a surprise, but it's a fabulous gentleman who is probably the third or even the second best informed individual on earth when it comes to Brazilian politics. So I will, after all, deliver on the marginal promise to bring some Brazilian politics on this channel as well. After that, I will continue to stay in Bucharest for December the 1st, when it will be the 100th anniversary since Romania's Great Unification. Now, I thought a lot about going to Alba Iulia instead of Bucharest, where the actual unification document was signed, but eventually decided against the idea because Alba Iulia is a tiny place and there's no way I can logistically make that work without spending a fortune, and even more important than that, without spending an entire day on the road, and it's just way too complicated logistically speaking. And of course, as usual, the presidency hasn't announced where the president will be, so it's still equally likely that he will be in Alba Iulia or in Bucharest, so I don't know, but I'm betting he'll be in Bucharest. If not, at least I'll get better footage in Bucharest than in Alba Iulia. Because, you know, in Alba Iulia, housing in and around the city is fully booked since October, and the traffic in the city is going to be a nightmare. So even by taxi, it would still be difficult to get around the place and get good footage. Besides, it's December the 1st, and that's usually a brutally cold period in Romania. Bucharest usually tends to be a little bit warmer, although judging by the weather right now, it might not get so cold by the end of this month. I don't know. So yeah, Bucharest it is. Now, after that, after I'll be spending 2, maybe 3 days in Bucharest, I'll travel up north in the country to see my parents, but also get a live, as in-person interview with the man you know as V. Well, I know as his real name, but we'll get that. We'll keep that under the rugs. And yeah, we'll meet somewhere. I don't know if his location is public knowledge, so I will assume it is not until further information. We'll talk probably about issues that he's less than enchanted to talk about on his channel, such as transgenderism, but also we'll probably talk about EU bollocks. He's very interested in Article 13. I'm particularly not worried about that for reasons that I'll probably get into it next month. And I'll probably poke fun at his limited understanding of economics. I'm not even sure I'm joking. Also, while all of this is happening, I will continue to work in parallel to the videos about and from Jordan, and also get to finish the video about Slovenia. I haven't forgot what I promised, I'll deliver. Now, at this moment, I could really use an assistant to do the video editing for me, but since I do not have an assistant, nor can I afford one financially, you're gonna have to be patient. The patience of you people, particularly the hardcore fans, is something that, well, to be honest, amazes me every single day, and I'm deeply humbled by that and also motivated to do my best to deliver. Now, of course, while all of this is happening, I also work my actual job, you know, the one that keeps me alive and afloat, so there's that. And also, let's not forget the Romanian language podcast. I'm just done editing and rendering it and publishing it as I'm taping this. Yeah, that one is going to take a break while I'm off, but definitely I also have to work on that. So basically, the takeaway of all of this is pretty much like this. If you're in Warsaw on November the 11th, do drop me a line and maybe we can meet. I can't promise because the schedule will be quite tight while I'm in Poland, because the trip is not planned by me, but we should give it a try nevertheless. I emphasize quite a lot on meeting people in person, even at the cost of missing out some important footage, simply because our networking in person is much more valuable long term than whatever footage I may get. Also, if you are in Bucharest around the time of the Romanian national holiday, again, do drop me a line and let's try to meet. Maybe if you play nice, I might invite you to the Patriarchal Council. Maybe. So yeah, I'm ending this year the same I started it, namely on the road most of the time. And very likely I will spend the Christmas just like last year, recording and editing videos. Christmas is a very nice period because most of everyone else doesn't work, so that means I can focus almost entirely on the channel. In any event, with Warsaw and Bucharest, this would tally up the total number of capital cities I've been to just this year alone to a total of 9. So in order of appearance, that would be Nicosia, Tirana, Ljubljana, Budapest, Washington DC, Amman, Jerusalem, and as I said, Warsaw and Bucharest. I still owe you all some footage from Washington. Well, sort of. I mean, I did publish interviews taken in Washington, but I definitely owe you footage from Amman, Jerusalem, and Ljubljana. I will do it, I promise, by the end of this year. It's just that making videos is not particularly an easy task when one person does 100% of the work. Some would say I'm not paid enough for this. Anyway, that's all I had to say for now. I'll get back to editing footage from the Middle East, but before that, I'll also record a video about the result in the latest presidential election in Brazil. I have a few things to say about Mr. Jair Bolsonaro. There's a lot to be said and done, and it's not like I don't have stuff to do until I hit the road towards Poland. Speaking of which, also this week I will attend another academic conference on individual rights. That there is going to take a lot of work too. Maybe I'll get the chance to videotape, maybe not. If I do, I might even subtitle some portions and put it on this channel. Way too many things on my plate. So yeah, it's probably going to be just like earlier this year. At some point, 1 or 2 weeks, nothing gets published, and then like 7 videos in 3 days or something like that. Some of you asked me to do more of the periodic insanity and good news video type of content, but believe me, that's just not possible time-wise and financially-wise. It's not possible to do it while all the rest of the things are happening and with all the rest of the obligations and responsibilities that I have. So basically, there are no solutions, only trade-offs. So the trade-off is to focus on content that sets this channel apart from others, such as clips from the Middle East, analysis on civilization with relevant people, practical politics, and all the rest, at the cost of more standard news analysis type of content, which is fairly well provided by several other channels. I wish I could do them all. I really do wish I could do them well, and quite frankly, but you know, financially and time-wise, this is not possible yet. Hopefully it will be possible, maybe in 2 years, maybe even earlier, but it's not possible right now. So yeah, That's all I had to say. I will get back to work, and in the meantime, please do consider giving a shekel if you derive any value from the work being done here. It is and would be greatly appreciated, because none of this comes free, and none of this would have been possible in the first place without your immense help, really. That's it. See you all soon on the Freedom Alternative.